And welcome back. Okay, so this is going to be a really quick one, just running through the carriage of dangerous goods. Thank you all for liking, subscribing and sharing. Sharing is the most important thing. Get the information out there to people who can also benefit from this. But I appreciate everything that everyone's doing. So, buckle up, let's kick on. So, we are expected to know in 4.36 under the carriage of dangerous goods, we are expected to be able to state the restrictions for the carriage of dangerous goods in an aircraft under Car 92. And it can be found in 92.7, General Carriage Requirements. And it states, A. The person must not offer or accept dangerous goods for carriage by air unless those goods are classified, documented, certified, described, packaged, marked and labelled in accordance with the technical instructions, and are in the condition for shipment prescribed by the technical instructions. B. A person must not carry dangerous goods by air unless those goods are accepted, handled and carried in accordance with the technical instructions or under the provisions of this part. It also states in 92.9 the covering of forbidden dangerous goods, and that says that A. Except as provided in paragraph B, a person must not offer or accept dangerous goods for carriage by air if the dangerous goods are forbidden for carriage by air under those technical instructions. And B. A person may offer or accept for carriage by air an article or substance identified as being forbidden in columns 9, 10 or 11 and 12 of the dangerous goods list in the technical instructions, including that article or substance described as not otherwise specified if the director approves the carriage of the article or substance. Wow, long-winded, I know. And these exceptions are covered in 92.11. And it says, A member of the police may carry dangerous goods in an aircraft in the course of that person's duties without complying with this part if the aircraft is performing an operation solely for police purposes. B. A person may offer or accept Class 1 dangerous goods for carriage by air without complying with this part if 1. Carriage is approved by an approved handler, and 2. The dangerous goods are carried, subpart 1, under the supervision of an approved handler, or subpart 2, in accordance with the instructions given by an approved handler, and that approved handler is readily contactable to provide assistance at all times while the dangerous goods are being carried. 3. Safety and emergency procedures are established for the carriage of said goods, and 4. The goods are, subpart 1, in proper condition for carriage by air, and subpart 2, stowed and secured for safe carriage. Additionally, 5. The aircraft does not carry any passengers other than a passenger who is essential for the purpose of that flight, and 6. The flight is conducted clear of any congested area of a city, town or settlement. Now, 4.36.2, we are expected to be able to state the restrictions for carriage of any goods in an aircraft under Car 92, and we continue with C. A person may offer or accept dangerous goods for carriage by air that are for the recreational use of a passenger without complying with this part if 1. The dangerous goods are carried in an unpressurized aircraft that 1. Has a MCTOW of 5,700 kilograms or less, and subpart 2 is on a domestic VFR flight. And additionally, 2. The dangerous goods are not listed in the dangerous goods list in the technical instructions as being forbidden for carriage by air in an aircraft that carries passengers. And 3. Safety and emergency procedures for the carriage of said goods are established, and 4. Each item of the dangerous goods is identified, and 5. The pilot in command is informed of the hazardous nature of said goods, and 6. The dangerous goods are 1. In a proper condition for carriage by air, 2. Segregated if they are likely to react dangerously together, and 3. Stowed, secured, and if necessary packed to prevent leakage or damage in flight. And 7. The only passengers carried aboard the aircraft are passengers who are associated with the dangerous goods. And 92.13 covers carriage by passenger or crew member. And it states that a person shall not carry dangerous goods or cause dangerous goods to be carried aboard an aircraft in checked or carried on baggage or on their person unless permitted by the technical instructions. Now, all of that, and the reason that we've sort of compiled that into one very short video is this. It's convoluted. Most of it read verbatim doesn't make a great deal of sense. So demystifying this is important. So what this means is technical instructions provide the guidelines for carriage of dangerous goods. Dangerous goods must be classified, documented, certified, described, packaged, marked and labelled, accepted, handled and carried in accordance with the technical instructions. If permitted by the technical instructions, you can carry dangerous goods as checked or carried on baggage. An important thing to know. Items that are forbidden by the technical instructions must not be carried by air except if they were in columns 9, 10, 11 or 12 for the dangerous goods list if approved to be carried by the director. The additional other exceptions are a police officer can carry dangerous goods without complying with these rules if the flight is only for police purposes. Class 1 dangerous goods can also be carried without compliance with this rule if carriage is approved by the handler, the dangerous goods are under the supervision for an approved handler or carried in accordance of an approved handler's instructions, and that handler is readily contactable if everything turns to custard. Safety and emergency procedures must also be established for any carriage of dangerous goods. The goods must be in a proper condition for carriage and stowed securely for safe carriage. The only passengers on board must be essential for that flight. And the flight must not be over city, town or settlement or congested areas. So again, there are you can, there are you can'ts, they're all in there. But some of the key things to remember here is that all dangerous goods must be classified, documented, certified, described, packaged, marked and labelled. Potentially buried under peat and recycled as firelighters as well. They also must be accepted, handled and carried in accordance with the technical instructions. If permitted by the technical instructions, you may carry dangerous goods as checked or carried on baggage. Items that are forbidden by the technical instructions must not be carried by air except if they fall into those previous columns 9, 10, 11 or 12 for the dangerous goods list if approved to be carried by the director. Those other exceptions is a police officer can carry pretty much anything without compliance if he has commandeered the aircraft, commandeered the flight and no other passengers, non-affected or non-police personnel are on the flight. The dangerous goods are under the supervision of an approved handler or carried in accordance with an approved handler's instructions, and that handler must be readily contractable at all times whilst those dangerous goods are in carriage. Most importantly, safety and emergency procedures are established prior to flight. Can't do it on the fly. The goods must be in a proper condition for carriage and stowed securely for safe carriage. The only passengers on board must be essential for the flight, and that also includes the approved handler, and the flight must not be over any city, town or settlement. So please try and digest that. It's a quirky one, and I've been told that some people have seen sort of up to 2 questions on the exams for this, so keep an eye out for that. 92.13 Carriage by passenger or crew member. A person shall not carry dangerous goods or cause dangerous goods to be carried aboard an aircraft in checked or carried on baggage. or on their person unless permitted by technical instructions. Now this means any dangerous goods that are for recreational use of a passenger may be carried without compliance with this rule if carriage is in an unpressurized aircraft below 5,700 kilograms MCTOW, that is on a domestic VFR flight. The dangerous goods are not listed in the technical instructions as being unable to be carried by an aircraft which carries passengers. Safety and emergency procedures are established, and each dangerous goods item is identified, and the pilot in command is informed of the hazards those goods can or could create. The dangerous goods must still be in a proper condition for carriage, separated if likely to react dangerously, and stowed securely. And the same again, the only passengers on board must be associated with those dangerous goods. Okay, so I just wanted to do a really quick video just around this particular bit, nothing else, because I do get the feeling you're going to have to read and reread this just to get those fundamental understandings in your head. So nice, it's simple, easy, and hopefully not too dense. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share. I do appreciate all your subscribes. Also, don't forget, I've got a Patreon site up there as well, which will have some of the test material for each one of these so that you can go over it yourself. There's also some additional test videos up there, and there's downloadable content that you can take this offline as well. So enjoy that. I urge you to subscribe. I urge you to sign up for the updates. Please like, please share your views, but most importantly, share this with other pilots that are learning. Thanks very much, and we'll talk soon.